Posting pictures on the gram so other people know that we're more than friends. And ever since you came around, I've never been sober, always in my head. Met you at a time when I was so low. Went from just talking to taking you home. I don't wanna go back to who I used to be. So if you ever leave me, promise you won't let me down. Like in the movies, with a happy end. Yeah, but sometimes you can't handle your emotions, and I guess that's okay. Met you at a time when I was so low. Went from just talking to taking you home. I don't wanna go back to who I used to be. So if you ever leave me, promise you won't let me drown. Promise you won't let me drown. Promise you won't let me drown.
You take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits. You cross them more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else.
Okay, here we go, guys. This is Rob Gormley. I was trying to get it set up on Facebook also, but it didn't quite work. So, YouTube is just fine and dandy. As I said, my name is Rob Gormley, and we are going to be talking about retirement income streams. And also, we're going to be talking about people who are just out of work for one reason or another. I know that there's a lot of people who are out of work, and because of this COVID thing, everything was going great until COVID came along. I mean, it was so sudden. I was scheduled for a hip replacement on March 5th. And luckily, I was able to get in and get it done. But while I was in the hospital, everything shut down, and it was really amazing. I mean, there were no more elective surgeries. I was really lucky that I got in to have my hip replaced because it was really painful. I could barely walk and could barely get around. It was a lot of pain. So I was really lucky, but not only did the hospital shut down, but as you know, restaurants, bars, gyms, just about everything shut down, scaled back. The airlines are hurting for certain. The rental car companies are hurting so badly. I don't know how it is right at the moment, but about a month ago, there were 7,000 rental cars at the Palm Springs airport parked. And because there was no one traveling and no one using rental cars. So, Hertz has filed for bankruptcy. Other rental car companies are in terrible shape. And that's something we're going to have to live with for a while, it looks like. I think that the coronavirus is actually being controlled. I think the news media makes it much worse than it ever was, but it is what it is, and they're shutting things down. Schools are shut down, so teachers are going to be out of work. Lots of people are out of work. So more and more people are doing this online stuff, and you should be too. No matter what, if you get your job back or anything, you should be doing some online, creating online incomes, multiple streams of income. I think Kawasaki, he wrote a book about multiple streams of income, and it was really, really good. But all of us need to have more than one stream of income just in case, so that we don't have to go through this again. So even if you do get to go back to work, you need to do this. But I want to show you how bad this thing is from a I've got a headset on behind me that's sort of making it hard for me to turn. Anyway, let's look at this here. I'm going to, here we go. Merge this. Okay, now I'm showing my screen. Nearly half the U.S. population is without a job, showing how far the labor recovery has to go. So even if you hear that some people are getting their jobs back, doesn't mean that you are. And it, we sort of had, I live in Palm Desert, California, and here in California, it looked like things were starting to open up, and now it looks like they're closing down again. So whether it's political or whether it's factual, it's hard to tell sometimes, but it's a reality of our life, and we just have to live with it. So, but let's look at how profound this is here. We're going to I'm going to skip down through this quite a ways, but nearly half the population is still out of a job, showing how far the U.S. labor market has to heal in the wake of the coronavirus. The unemployment population ratio, the number of employed people as a percentage of the U.S. population, plunged to 52.8% in May, meaning 47.2% of Americans are jobless, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. As the coronavirus-induced shutdowns tore through the labor market, the share of the population employed dropped sharply from a recent high of 61.2% in January, further away from a post-war record of 64.7 in 2000. This ratio is a broader look at the employment picture. It takes into account adults not in the labor force and captures those who were discouraged about the prospects of finding a job, whereas the unemployment rate looks at people actively looking for a job. Let's move down here and look at this graph. This graph is incredible. Unemployment was, let's look at some years here. Okay, it was pretty up and down in this period, and then it started taking off here, right here. I mean, these are people who are employed. This is not unemployment. These are people who are employed. And now, at this point right here, around close to 2000, it started to go down a little bit, and then up and down and up, and now it really fell off the cliff. This is as of May of this year, the latest data that I have. So I'm sure it hasn't improved much since then. So I want to help people make money online. And I don't have anything to sell to you today. Today is just sort of an introductory for me to get used to using this software that I'm using, and for us all to look at this problem that we have and look at some solutions. We have to find solutions. We have to find hope. And we all have to do something that we may not have been comfortable with before, or we may not have seen a need for it. So I've got this checklist, and in a little while I'll give you a link to the checklist so that you can get your own if you'd like to. Because it's going to give you ideas about things that you can do. Some of them are things that I do. Some of them are there's a lot of them that I don't do. But it doesn't matter. Some of you, these things may appeal to some of you, and they may not. But it's a starting point. And that's what I want, is to develop a starting point for people who come to this program. And I'm going to be going live at least once a week, every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific time, Pacific Daylight right now. And I'm going to be doing that every morning, and I hope to go up to 2 times a week before long, once I get used to what I'm doing and used to using this software. So I don't have so much preparation work, just getting ready to do this. But That's the way it is for now. So let's look at some of these things. And now, as I said, there's a lot of them that I have no interest in. But you may, like baking goods. Put your baking skills to good use by selling your baked goods. Make attractive bundles that people can buy to gift for birthdays, holidays, and celebrations. You know, there are people out there doing this, and there's no reason you can't compete with them. You can sell these things on Amazon, or through your local newspaper, through your church, through just about a lot of different interesting places that you can sell your products. And if you wonder how to do it, just look it up on the web. The web itself is an incredible source of information. You can say, how do I sell my cookies? Just ask Google, how do I sell my cookies? My homemade cookies. And you will get a lot of answers telling you how you're going to sell. You can sell your homemade cookies. And so that's what I want you to do. This is, we're going to be looking at some of these things. And this may be part one of this. It will be part one. I'm not going to get through all of this. We've got 25 home-based business ideas for 2020. And I can't do justice to 25 in even an hour. So we're just going to get started. And then I'm going to come back next week. And I have a lot of ideas for advertising for you. For various things that you can do, because if you're just starting out, you're not going to know what to do, are you? Just because I show you these ideas. So I'm going to go further next week, and I'm going to show you a lot of ways to market. And let's go to the next one, homemade crafts. Now, I've never been a crafty person. I've never liked making belt buckles and belts and various crafts, but a lot of people love it. And there's no reason that you can't do that and sell your own and make some money. If you get some other people to help you, you might make a lot of money. So that's something that you need to think about. But you need to get started on your own first, and you need to develop some ways to sell it, and then you can bring other people, get other people involved. Like right now, I am just a one-man show right here. And let me see here. I'm going to start something up and see if we have anybody making any comments. Nope, no comments yet, but that's not unusual. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Okay, now, if you make a comment on YouTube, you'll be able to see, I'll be able to see what your comment is. And I would really like that. Anyway, okay, so Homemade crafts, you can do that, but you have to sell them. Again, whatever you make, if you can't sell it, it's not going to do you any good. And I've got a lot of ideas for you that we will be talking about next week. Ebooks. Now, this is another thing that I probably wouldn't be too good at, but I've got a brother-in-law who's written several books, and he's put them on Amazon, and he's sold them. And I know that ClickFunnels, which is a popular funnel software, has a whole section on selling books. You basically, what you do is you give away part of the book, 5-10 pages, and then if the people like it, they come back and they buy the book for 99 cents or something like that. And if you're getting 10 of those a day, or 100 a day, let's just say 100 a day, that can add up. And you'd be amazed at how much traffic there is on the internet, that people looking for stuff that you might be able to write about. He writes about the Civil War. He's a real Civil War buff, and he writes about that. And there are a lot of people who find that very popular. He goes around and he gives presentations. He's got a Union colonel's uniform and a lot of old weapons that, and he knows all this stuff by heart. And he creates an audience. So anyway, that's whatever you're into. You may be able to write books, ebooks. You don't need to have it published. You don't have to have a cover. You don't have to have anything. You just write the text, put it on Amazon, and you probably need a cover photo or a cover picture, which I can help you with later, and you're on your way to go. So that's great. Okay, let's look at handmade accessories. Use your craft to design attractive jewelry, handbags, wallets, belts, watches, anything else. Make an Instagram page to showcase them and get interested buyers. Well, that is one way. Get the Instagram page or Pinterest. You can do a lot of that stuff on Pinterest also. So there's a lady who lives right next door to me, and she spends all of her time making jewelry, and she sells it at local craft shows. And it's beautiful stuff. I mean, beautiful handmade jewelry. It's not junk. There's a lot of gold and silver, and it's not costume jewelry. And she gets a good price for it. She uses diamonds, gold, silver, very expensive stuff, but she loves it, and she does a great job. So there's a lot of you out there who can do things like that, and you can actually sell them. So that would be a good, nice, steady stream of income for you during these times. Now let's look at painting and artwork. Now this is one that I really can't do, but a lot of people can. I have another cousin who is very talented as a painter. She doesn't stay at it, but she's got some beautiful stuff that I like. She's mostly covered the walls in her house and not other people's houses. But, there's lots of places to sell paintings. Again, on Amazon. I'm going to show you how to use YouTube to sell paintings, to sell all of this artwork and everything. I'm going to show you how to do that next week. But that's really an intriguing idea if you're good at it. Now, if you're not good at it, don't do it. Personal services. Now, any of us can do this. Dog care, cat care. People are so in love with their pets. They can't leave them behind, and they don't want to leave them behind, and they don't want to leave them in a kennel. What they'd really rather do is leave them in their house and have somebody come over once or twice a day to feed them and take care of their litter boxes and things like that, take them for a walk. And my sister fits into that category. She always pays for a cat sitter. She's got 2 cats, and now she's got 1 cat. But anyway, whenever she goes anywhere, she hires a cat sitter to come in every day and take care of her cat. And, she pays that lady a good amount of money, maybe $50 a day to do that. So if you were doing this and you had 2 or 3 clients all the time, you could be making a couple of $100s a day, which would pay some bills. So that is really, really a good way to do things. It's a service that's needed. You advertise in the local newspaper or a community publication. I happen to live in a Sun City, and we have our own magazine, and people put ads in the magazine, and they do well. They do fine. That's something you can do. Home-based tutoring. Now, that is something that we need a lot of right now, don't you think? I mean, with schools in jeopardy of not being open or not being open full-time, not taking all of their students back, you still need to keep your kids, their education going. And home-based tutoring is something that people will pay for. So if you're good at math, or you're good at history, or you're good at English, or you're just all around good at academic work, this is something that you could easily try, and you could make a good income from. So that's something that it doesn't take much preparation. It doesn't take much formal education to do that. If you have the skills, if you have the knowledge, you can do it. Okay, next, let's see, babysitting services. Okay, babysitting services are always in demand, always have been. In most cases, the kids take over those things, but in some cases, people don't want a child, teenager doing the babysitting. They want an adult. So, that's something that you could definitely put out there, and you could make some money for it. Lifestyle coach. Personally, I don't know much about this, but there's lots of lifestyle coaches on the web. I mean, just look up lifestyle coach, and you'll learn a lot. There's a lot of demand for self-improvement out there, and being a lifestyle coach helps you give tips to people who want them. So that's something that in this day and age is very necessary. People are just very depressed that they can't go to work, that they can't see their friends, that they can't do the things that they like to do. And they need a life. They may need a buddy. They may need a lifestyle coach. And you could be it. You could do that on the internet. You could use Zoom. You could use, there's a lot of different programs, Skype. You could use a lot of different programs to be a lifestyle coach. And you would advertise for that on the internet. And again, I am going to show you some things next week about how to advertise for online or offline services using YouTube in a very inexpensive way. I've used YouTube, and I've used Skype. I've used Facebook, and Facebook is great at targeting audiences, but the problem is that every time that you making a YouTube advertisement, you're interrupting somebody's chain of thought because people don't really, excuse me, Facebook, I'm saying Facebook. Every time you make a Facebook ad, you're interrupting people's chain of thought because people use Facebook for the social aspect of it, right? And they're really not looking for, usually not looking for a product. So when you put an ad on Facebook, I know that I never respond to Facebook ads, and because they're just interrupting me. And I have tried Facebook ads. I've had a lot of problems with them. I cannot seem to get it right. So even though the clicks and things I can get very cheaply, the results just don't come in. But YouTube is different. YouTube's a heck of a lot different because when you're on YouTube, what are you doing? You're usually looking for something. I know I am. I'm looking for an answer, a solution, something like that. When I go to YouTube, I want to find something. I want to know something. So if you can put an ad on YouTube where people are looking for your service, then that solves a big problem because they're already looking for your service. So I'm going to get a lot more into this next week, and it covers absolutely everything that we're doing here on this checklist. So okay, internet, oops, cancel. We don't want that. Cancel. Whether you're a lazy student or an overworked employee, there's a lot of demand for internet research. You can get started with very little skills or experience. Well, heck, all you have to do is look stuff up, you know? It's really all you have to do. So that's really a no-brainer. Now, you might wonder, where are you going to sell these things? Well, I'm going to give you, right now, I'll probably come back to this, but I want to show you something that is a place where you can sell these internet type skills. This is called Upwork. And Upwork is a place where people like me go to get things done. There's a lot of things that I can't do. So I would go to Upwork to get it done. And they have lots and lots and lots of demand for things like web, mobile, software development, design and creativity, writing, sales and marketing, administrative support, customer service, data science and analytics, engineering and architecture. They just have lots of different categories. There's more categories than this. Upwork.com, and this is you don't have to get hired. You just set up a page here and advertise your services, and tell people that you can write, or tell people that you can do customer service or want to do customer service, and they might hire you for a day, 2 days, 3 days, a week, month. Upwork is a great deal for people who are looking to make an income. Here's another one. Fiverr. Fiverr.com, Fiverr, is a great place to go to sell your services. You know, we've been talking about a lot of different things that you can sell, but we haven't told you how to sell them. And a lot of these things are you can sell them on Upwork or Fiverr. uh, whatever these things, whatever interests you, whatever your passion is. So that's we'll come back to this in a little while, but let's go back here to our list. Okay, like internet research, that would be a good one for either of those. Lifestyle coach, babysitting, no. Home-based tutoring, I don't think so. Doggy daycare, no. But anyway, when we start getting into the internet stuff, those Fiverr and Upworks are great places to sell your service. Okay, let's go down here. We may actually get through all 25 of these. So next week I'll just come back and we'll review them, and then we'll talk about some things that I've got for you that can make it easier for you to sell stuff on YouTube and various places. But here we have photography. Getting started on professional photography or hobby photography is a great way to make a quick buck. Sell your photos to online marketplaces or royalty-free sites. You know, you don't have to have a client per se to sell your photography. There are websites that will buy it. Plenty of websites, iStock Photos, and various places that will buy your photos, or every time they may not buy them, but every time they sell one to somebody, you get a split. So that's something I use a lot of photos from iStock Photos and various other photo places, and every time I do it, the photographer gets some money and iStock gets money. So that's something you might like to do. YouTubing. Making YouTube videos is a highly successful business model in 2020. Earn ad revenue and get hired as an influencer for major brands. Now that's what I'm doing right here. I'm on YouTube, and I'm you know, you have to start small and you have to start somewhere. This is my first broadcast on Rob Gormley Live. I've broadcast on other channels, but this is the first one that I'm really trying to make this a big deal. And it will take me a year or more before I actually start making money from the YouTube channel, but that's all right. So I hope to speed it up. The more videos I make, the better off I'll be. But it's important to get started, and learning how to do this it's a little bit complicated, but I can help you with that. Actually, I'll put you in touch with some trainers who I use, and that's using the software I'm using is pretty complex. So you need to have some training, and everything you need training. Okay, let's look at music composition. Now this is definitely something that I'm not qualified to even talk about, really. But if you are, I tell you what, there's a lot of people who make money with guitar lessons online, piano lessons online, how to play a guitar, how to play the piano online. Now, it doesn't start overnight. None of this stuff does. But all you have to do is create a channel on YouTube and on Facebook and start giving lessons. So you'll probably want to go through the same training I've gone through for my YouTube presentations and how to use the proper software to do that. So I will be talking about that next week. Okay, how about voiceovers? Okay, this is something that you can do on Fiverr or Upworks. People always need voiceovers. You know, there's a lot of foreigners who want to advertise in the U.S. market and they don't speak English as their first language, and they're looking for people to do voiceovers for them for their commercials. There's just lots of people. It doesn't have to be a foreigner. It can be anybody, somebody who doesn't like to do it. But there's a huge demand for voiceovers. And that's something that's easy to do on Fiverr or something like that. All you need is a good microphone and a computer, and you can do that. Okay, visual artist, visual artist. Yeah, create compelling visual animations, transitions, or stunning effects for videos, websites, and commercials. Now that's something if you're in the least bit artistically inclined, you can do that. There's specific software that works very well for that. I'll be showing you one of those next week, and it's something that I think you will like a lot. So you can make a lot of money doing this. You can get a lot of clients, and there's always new people making websites and who don't know how to do the artwork, who just don't know how to do a lot of the things, and that if you put yourself out there for sale for hire on Fiverr or Upworks, you can get a lot of business doing that. Okay, let's go to business essentials. Illustration services, that's the same thing really. Businesses often have a lot of illustrations they want for brand logos, presentations, or marketing purposes. You can fill this need by offering to make them for business clients. Again, Fiverr or Upworks, or advertising your services on YouTube. And we'll talk about that next week. Affiliate marketing. Now this is a big one. This is really a big one. A lot of people make a lot of money with affiliate marketing. It's selling other people's stuff. There's ClickBank, there's JVZoo, there's Warrior Forum. There's just a lot of different places that offer products that you can sell online. Nice part about this is you don't have to make anything. Somebody else makes it. And you're going to get, somewhere on these digital products, somewhere between 40 and 70 or 80%. And that's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. I do some of that, and it brings in a nice revenue for me. So that's something we'll talk about more about next week. Also, we're just doing an overview right now. Okay. Affiliate marketing, social media manager, social marketing, or social manager. Not every corporation or business client has time to manage their socials. That's where you can come in, manage their social media accounts, and make a decent earning in the process. Okay, now that's something that's really important. Social marketing is becoming more and more important, even for hardware stores or for dentists or for restaurants. And the owners just don't have time for it. They have to hire somebody to do that stuff. And it's something that you can do. There's lots of software products out there that will help you do that. You don't have to do it from scratch. There are lots and lots of software products that will allow you to post pictures and advertising and schedule it for the future on a lot of different social media accounts at the same time. And I think that that would be a very lucrative thing to do. I don't really know why I haven't done that, but I haven't. I've got some of the software, and it's easy to use, and it's something that you can do also. So that's something that you can easily make money with. Customer support. This is another thing that, you know, the business owner just doesn't have time to handle it. Solving complaints, just helping people with their products, and this is something that you can advertise your services for customer support on Upworks and Fiverr again, or on YouTube, and you can make your own client, get your own clients. So that's really a great way to go. Great way to go. Okay, now let's come to the last one. Consultation service. Easy to offer businesses with It's easy to offer businesses with consultation services these days via email, through video calling. Connect with clients and earn an hourly amount for your services. You know, that's again something that you could advertise for on Fiverr or Upworks. And it's something that, you know, you can just do that from your house. There's plenty of companies who are looking for those services. I had a business at one time where I was getting leads for plumbers and carpet cleaners and things, and I needed a service to answer the phone, and I found one. They did a great job. So that's something that you can do, very well. So we're getting close to the end of this. I've been on here for about 45 minutes now. So let's see, do this. I'm working with several screens here, so I just want to get close and personal, but this is stuff that you can all do. If you want to get this checklist, let's see, where is it here? It's your free checklist right here. You can get your free copy of the checklist at robgormley.com 25-home-business or biz-ideas. You can get that exact checklist that I've been going over, and you can use it for yourself. It's a great thing to have. We'll be hitting this stuff one more time next week, and then I've got a lot more checklists coming up for you, because it's easy to get started, to focus if you've got something like this. You know, you look over this and you say what might interest you, and you start looking into it on the internet and learning how to do more. Now, there's lots of resources that you can use to make this happen, and I think that it's a great way to earn money online. It's a great way if you're retired and don't have enough money. This is a great thing to do. If you're approaching retirement and don't have enough money, it's a great thing to do. If you're at home taking care of people, it's a great thing to do. Like me, I take care of my 97-year-old mother, and this is a great thing for me to do. So I think that for you also, it would be a great thing to do. Now, in future episodes, of this, we will go over new checklists, and I will be giving them away every week. So I hope you've liked this. I hope you comment. I hope you subscribe to my channel. I know that there's not much there yet, but it's all a work in progress. So with that, I've been at it for going for about 45 minutes now. So I think I'm going to end this broadcast and hope that you guys subscribe. Let's hit that button. Let's see. Whoops, that's not it. I've got these buttons. Whoops, that's not it. That's not it. Let's go down here. Okay, as I said, I'm learning how to use this software. Here we go. Now, let's try this. There we go. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay. Subscribe, click like, click the bell so you'll be notified, and sign up for the book. Oh, we don't want that. We don't want that. Okay, there we go. Fine, sign up for that. Okay, so with that, I'm going to sign out. Wish you a great weekend or a great week, and hopefully you like what I've done. I'll talk to you later.